So Gitte here again, co-founder of Heilsuna. Sitting here thinking there's only one day left before the early bird special ends, where you can save $1,000, 100,000 Icelandic kroners on the retreat fee. And I'm sitting here and thinking, maybe there's another fear. I talked about one fear yesterday, and maybe there's another fear that you are afraid you don't deserve it. So I remember at one point something very, very good happened to me. And I was terrified, absolutely terrified that something bad was going to happen to me because something good happened to me. It was like something wonderful happened. I allowed it into my life, and I was shaking in terror, waiting for, I don't know what, God to strike me with lightning, or the other shoe to drop, or being punished for doing something wonderful for myself, or allowing something wonderful into my life. I can't even remember what it was, but I do remember that feeling, that waiting for something terrible to happen, because how dared I imagine that I was good enough and that I deserved it. And because I went for it anyway, it's like, oh my God, it's like waiting, the dread, waiting for something. So it didn't last long, which is a good part. But I wanted to bring this to your attention also, because sometimes that is that feeling of getting punished or waiting for something bad to happen if you allow something good into your life that is holding us back from saying yes. So it's like this: what if you believe you deserve it, and then something comes that tells you, but guess what? You did not deserve it, and ha 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 on you, and now you're going to get punished, and something terrible is going to happen. So I just want to challenge that, because a lot of times when all these things are going on in the back of our minds and our subconscious, our automatic decision is to pull back and not even challenge the truth of the fear, because it's not true. It's like this voice saying, you're not good enough, that whisper in your back of your mind that is telling you that you don't deserve it. It's a lie, and with your mind you know it, but it's such a persistent and so insidious a whisper that it is hard not to be influenced by it. And it's not a very nice voice either, so let's pretend it's not there and stuff it down. But what happens when you actually don't bring it into your face and take a look at it and really challenge it, it actually ends up running your life, and it becomes a part of you that's making decisions for yourself. So it's like we're all good at dealing with difficult times, and we can handle most things that come our way, and losing a job and car breaking down and all these things. It's like we know we can deal with them. They're not fun. I'm not saying they're not fun, but we can do them because we have a lot of practice with it. But when it comes to the opposite, when it comes to like these wonderful, life-affirming, awe-inspiring, wondrous, joyous, magnificent experiences, like Magnaðu Heilsuna Þina retreated in Italy, it becomes something very different, right? Because it's like really stepping outside of our comfort zone and saying, I deserve so much more, and I deserve a fantabulous, wonderful, magnificent, awesome, great, delightful experience, like going on a retreat in Italy. And the fears are going to come up. No, you don't deserve it. Who do you think you are? You should save your money and spend it on something else. And what will people think if you just took your money and went there? And what are they going to think about you? And do you really deserve it? And what bad thing is going to happen if I actually go and do it anyway? So listen to the counters to that voice that, once you decide you're going to say yes to something wonderful, what is the other voice actually saying? And become very clear of that, and then challenge it. Is this really true that I don't deserve it? Is this really true that I should spend money on something else? Is it really true? But think about the money, right? It's like, who are you making money for? And why are you making money beyond just, paying for basic housing and food? And maybe if you have children, for them also. It's like that money should be for making it possible for you to have wonderful experiences. That's the beauty of having extra money. It's like, use them for making yourself feel that magnificent and awesome feeling of being totally alive and knowing you are really, really, really treating yourself so well. I mean, isn't that what extra money should be spent on? Instead, that money is spent on, lending it to somebody else, or going shopping for something you don't really need, or it's like, I don't know what people use it for, but I do know that I spend extra money I have on creating wonderful experiences for myself, because that's what I want them for. It's not for things, it's for experiences that give me that wonderful feeling of everything is right in my life. I love life. It's wonderful to be alive, and just really feeling like one with the universe. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyway, this is what I use my extra money for. So again, if you're thinking about coming on the retreat in Italy with us in end of April till early May, just check in with you. Is it maybe this feeling that you don't deserve it? And if you do it anyway, the fear that you're going to get punished. So, take a look at that, challenge the truth of that, and then see where you're at. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you want to jump on the early bird special price and save a whole bunch of money.